Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody has a great day. Part of having a great day is going to be the thoughts we think. One of my biggest things is our thoughts determine our lives. As we think is so we are. And nutrition, which is one thing we're going to focus on because it's a big thing. So people have had debates for years about breakfast. It's the most important meal. It isn't. When should you eat? The word, and you probably have seen this with different people who talk about gut health and all the other stuff because I've seen ads on it, but is breaking fast. So your body, when you sleep, usually goes through a fasting period of 6-8 hours, depending on your sleep. I even do intermittent fasting once in a while. I try to do it at least twice a week, where I do like a 14 to 16 hour before I eat. And all that's doing is help resetting the cells. I know people that do a 40 day, which you got to work up to. You're not going to just jump into a fast because it's not regular to our bodies. But the one thing that kills me is the stuff people eat in the morning. We call them breakfast cereals, breakfast Pop-Tarts, breakfast granola bars. And they're packed with like usually sugars. High fructose corn syrup is one of the worst ones you can eat. And here's the problem with our bodies and eating. The very first thing that we eat every day is going to affect our hormones. It's going to affect our moods. It's going to affect our energy level, which is huge, and our mindset. And it's also going to set a trigger in our body of what we want the rest of the day. Your gut has candida in it, and candida craves sugars. So if you're eating really high processed foods, grains turn into sugars, so you know that. It's why you see a lot of gluten-free people eat gluten-free and they get skinnier and healthier because all those grains and things aren't turning into sugars. And this does affect your mindset and your health and your overall, how you think, how we feel. I mean, that should be a big thing to us. So one of the things my wife and I do is we've started making smoothie pops for the kids. I try to get them to eat it every morning. Syrups, if they're making pancakes or waffles, or the syrups have tons of high fructose corn syrup, and it's not good on their bodies. And a lot of the school foods, like, they've gotten so cheap and degraded, and I get going cheap and having something that's easy, but we're also taking out of a lot of the things that were good, the nutrients in it that help our kids grow. And so when they're eating high processed foods and preservatives, the preservatives are storing things in our cells. It's making us gain weight because our body shuts down and says, oh, every time we eat fast food or a preservative, our gut instantly shuts down and doesn't take any of the nutrients. And once it does that, it starts blocking, and then it starts storing fat in case it doesn't get any nutrients soon. And it also doesn't help your brain. And our brain function, like the way we think, the way we feel, like I think that's why it's one of the main reasons we have a lot of mental health and things across the board is people aren't eating healthy enough to feed their brain and their body the correct things so their cells and all the things can function and be healthier and set the mood and just do good things for us. So I've told thousands of people over the years, like I wake up and I eat spinach. Greens, not grains, is one of my biggest things. And again, we have a very cancer-filled society today, which comes from sugars. I mean, cancer can't survive without sugar. So I guess I know some of this seems like, well, no, you have to do chemo, you have to do this. I'm not arguing any of that. I'm just saying if you eat better, if you eat healthier, you'll feel healthier, you'll feel better. And when you start feeling better, like I started with just eating a little bit of spinach here and there when I had acid reflux and was having serious problems after I'd eat like fast food. And then now I've gotten to the point where I'm eating smoothies, and I have a smoothie video in here if you want to look it up. And those things, like once you start eating that way, I'm telling you, you'll not only never go back, you'll feel so good about it. Like you'll be like, why did I never do this? And again, your body for a minute it's gonna go through like a detox because, and I'm not saying just cut everything out. You're gonna have to do it's baby steps. Everything we do, whether that's faith or work or whatever you're trying to do, a routine, it's baby steps. You don't just jump into a solid routine in one jump. You take little things to start here and there. So if you want to do like a salad, but make sure it's greener than it is the light lettuce because that's just water-based. So I hope this helps y'all, but especially with our kids, it's affecting their energy level and how they act. And like I see a lot of parents like, my kid's acting nuts. Well, when you give them high sugars, their body instantly is like, burn that off. And they do that by running around acting like, ah! So if we want to change the way they think and how they act and the way we think and feel and act, it starts with nutrition. It really does. Like, it's not even exercise. Like, exercise is a great thing, but I mean, that's going to be a lot harder for people to get into than than just changing some of the food habits that we partake of every single morning. And whenever you want to break that fast, that time that you had set out, that you slept or whatever, you can do it on however schedule you want. Like you can go 10 hours, 12 hours, 8 hours, 6 hours. But whatever you eat first, your body's going to register, and it's going to crave that the rest of the day. It's going to set the feelings in motion. It's going to set the energy level in motion. And our hormones and everything. It's going to be what you start craving the rest of the day. And when your body constantly craves sugar, it's working too hard to fight everything else off and burn that out of your body than anything else. So try to get on these like smoothies. I make a smoothie video. They're very good. They look gross. Everybody says that looks gross. But they also ask me what's in it, and then I tell them, and they're like, oh, that sounds gross. Looks and sounds doesn't mean it tastes gross. So, if you want something that's tasteful, healthy, and going to help you grow, it's a thing to eat. It's easy for me. I make like 5 to 10 of them out of a Ninja smoothie blender, a big one, and then I pour them in cups and freeze them. And it's simple. You can just put one out the night before in the fridge, and it's pretty thought out the next day, and you can eat it. So, love God, love people, love y'all. I hope that helps. But we have to take back our health, our mindset, our emotions, our feelings, and it's all coming from a lot of the foods we're eating. And a lot of it's processed in sugars now, unfortunately. And it does affect mindset, and mindset is everything. Our thoughts determine our lives, and how we think and how we feel is a big part of every day in all of us. So eat healthier, feel healthier, be healthier. Love y'all.